reality. Welcome to Myanmar Today Review, and this is where we visit the top stories for this week from Myanmar Today. Here are the reports from our reporters from this week. Thaw Tar Swe Zin got the latest report on how Myanmar government is taking serious actions on COVID-19 prevention, control, and consequent socio-economic impacts. Phyo Thiri Thu will give us all the details on government and community well prepared for response measure against global pandemic. David Tanner has the story on top Thai brands 2020 Yangon. Arker Kyaw has the full story on how China pushes the economy back on track. Before we get to the reports, let's take a look at the feature local news from this week. State councillor gave a televised message to public on prevention, control, and treatment measures against COVID-19 on Monday. The state councillor in her televised message firstly greeted all citizens of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar. Then she pointed out the need of collaboration of all citizens in the containment and preventive measures against the COVID-19 and preparing for the health and socio-economic challenges we're facing ahead in the best way, and she clarified the WHO's declaration the new coronavirus disease as a pandemic. Moreover, the relevant departments under the Ministry of Health and Sports and the Ministry of Religious Affairs and Culture are making announcements and issuing instructions as needed. The government's plan to reduce tax and interest rates so that the people will not suffer, to prevent unemployment, to continue operating factories, and to have least impacts on the economy of the country. Loans with minimum interest rate and tax exemption plans will be arranged for the most vulnerable businesses in CNP sector, hotels and tourism, and SMEs due to the COVID-19. The 2% advance tax on export items will be exempted until the end of this financial year. A fund for prevention, control, and treatment of COVID-19 will be raised with public contributions. A cargo plane carrying raw materials for garment factories landed in Yangon on Tuesday. 50 tons of raw materials were transported from Guangzhou of southern China, and it will be immediately supplied to the 11 local garment factories. The chairman of Chinese Textile and Garment Association in Myanmar said, although transportation costs for flights are high, this way is very effective and useful for supplying commodities without delay. He added that it will be a great help to continue operation of the factories. The arrival of raw materials could help reduce the unemployment rate in Myanmar garment industry, while about 20 garment factories have shut down due to the shortage of raw materials. Mon State Government announced the closure of Chaityo Pagoda Festival starting from the 21st of March. The announcement came after the meeting of Mon State Government on Wednesday as a measure to alleviate concerns for coronavirus in the country. The Mon State's landmark Chaityo Pagoda Festival is annually held from Full Moon Day of Didinjo to Full Moon Day of Kason. This year's closure comes 1.5 months earlier. And I believe it's time now for our first report. State Councillor Daw Aung San Suu Kyi delivered the message to the public concerning the actions government is taking to prevent and control the outbreak of COVID-19 within the country, as well as how it is dealing with the consequent socio-economic impacts.
COVID-19 outbreak, which is declared as a pandemic by World Health Organization WHO, is spreading in over 150 countries, territories, and areas of all around the world, according to the update of WHO on 16 March. According to the update of Ministry of Health and Sports in Myanmar, as of 16 March, there are 131 persons under investigation and 2 suspected cases. Total of 123 laboratory results show negative, and there are 10 pending laboratory results. Until now, no confirmed cases has been found in Myanmar. Although there is no confirmed case within the country, the Ministry of Health and Sports, taking the leading role and in collaboration with other relevant ministries, is taking serious actions to contain and prevent the outbreak and spread of the coronavirus in Myanmar, as well as to reduce the socio-economic impact. The National Level Central Committee for COVID-19 Prevention, Control and Treatment was formed, in which State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi is serving as chairperson and relevant union ministers and officials as members. State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi delivered televised message to the public on prevention, control and treatment measures against COVID-19 on 16 March.
To prevent
unemployment, to continue operating factories, and to have least impacts on the economy of the country, the government will reduce tax and interest rates so that the people will not suffer. Loans with minimum interest rate and tax exemption plans will be arranged for the most vulnerable businesses in the CMP sector, hotels and tourism, and SMEs due to the COVID-19. The 2% advance tax on export items will be exempted until the end of this financial year.
The public is requested not to hold public gatherings, ceremonies, and festivals. National ceremonies and festivals, including Academy Awarding ceremony and the construction of pandals for Myanmar traditional themes and festival, are suspended until April 30. Relevant departments have been informed, and the suspension period will be extended if seen necessary. On 16 March, cinemas were temporarily closed. Private schools and summer courses are requested to close until the end of April. Ministry of Education is taking necessary health measures for the university examination.
This disease is spreading almost all over the world. Even though our country has not been infected yet, the prevention, which is being performed by the government, is a great job to do. I have heard that cinemas, festivals, and some of the schools are closed, which are so much effective for prevention. If necessary, the government will give more instructions. The citizens have to follow these instructions. As a citizen, I would say it is convenient to access the actual information and the real-time update.
The relevant ministries are to issue announcement and explain objectives of the instructions and adopt required plans in a consistent manner.
With respect to health, people are the key to follow the health ministry's guidelines and to avoid public gatherings. People are the key to prevent rumors and misinformation in the wake of the COVID-19. People are the key to avoid panic buying, stockpiling the goods. There have been no confirmed cases of COVID-19 in our country until the present moment. Ministry of Health and Sports has been releasing real-time information and announcements. We will keep the people informed of the measures taken by our government as well as what we are appealing to the people. For us to be successful in this national task, the people are the key.
This is Thaw Tar Swe Zin from MI Radio.
That's the report on Myanmar government is taking serious actions on COVID-19 prevention, control, and consequent socio-economic impacts. The Ministry of Health and Sports are preparing more space in Daegu, Daegu Myote North, Daegu Myote South, and Daegu Seikan, as well as Daeng Pyu, as extended health investigation centers. Preparations are underway as fast as possible. The responding to the infections are conducting by taking lessons from the countries with intense situation and follow the effective methods like from China, which is flattening coronavirus epidemic curve.
The World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a global pandemic on Wednesday as the new coronavirus, which was unknown to the World Health officials just 3 months ago. Declaring a pandemic is charged with major political and economic ramifications as global health experts. Dr. Tasumon, who is Deputy Director of Yangon Regional Public Health Department, told MR Radio that the responses and preparation for a global pandemic done by the Public Health Department. Dr. Tasumo, Deputy Director, Yangon Regional Public Health Department, Infection Prevention Department, said.
ကျမတို့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံနဲ့က negative ထွက်နေတာမဟုတ်ပါဘူးအခုကမ္ဘာနိုင်ငံ114နိုင်ငံရှိတယ်
Even though the virus spread in 114 countries all over the world, 90% of the cases are mainly happening in 4 countries as China, Italy, Iran, and South Korea. The rest over 110 countries only stand as 10% of all cases. And 81 countries, including Myanmar, have not yet found the virus infection. Myanmar has only negative results for COVID-19, but it has not found confirmed cases. Though there is no confirmed case in Myanmar, we have done our response to infection with the hospital quarantine and home quarantine for people under investigation, community surveillance, investigating, and taking health declaration forms at the point of entry. We are doing all of these responses as if there will be a confirmed case in Myanmar. If there will be any positive result, we have to follow all the people from these surveillance records. Another preparation is the extended investigation cases for people under investigation in case of a confirmed case. Currently, Webagi Hospital and Sadogla Women and Children Hospital are expecting the quarantine and isolation cases for people under investigation. The Ministry of Health and Sports are also preparing more space in Legu, Dagong Myote North, Dagong Myote South, Dagong Seikan, and Daimbu as health investigation centers. Preparations are underway as fast as possible, and we are responding to the infections. We take lessons from the countries with intense situation and follow the effective methods like from China, which is flattening coronavirus epidemic curve.
The government also declared that they are going to handle the social and economic consequences of coronavirus crisis as a pandemic after the emergency meeting on COVID-19 Prevention, Control and Treatment Committee. At the same time, as a non-profit association, Myanmar-China Friendship Association is supporting the bilateral cooperation on humanitarian assistance in the field of natural disasters, public health, as well as education. U Seng-wen, chairman of Myanmar-China Association, said.
Myanmar and China have a close relationship throughout history. To maintain and strengthen this relationship, if Myanmar suffers natural disasters or epidemics, China usually helps and supports Myanmar and also vice versa. As usual, Myanmar is helping and supporting China containing the virus outbreak of COVID-19. For example, Myanmar government donated 200 tons of rice to China in Naypyidaw, where the Chinese ambassador to Myanmar accepted them. As for Myanmar-China Friendship Association, we held a Breda recitation ceremony with 108 members of Sangha at Shwedagon Pagoda. We prayed and wished for all the people, of course, including people from China, to overcome this outbreak and recover as speedily as possible. At night, according to religious culture of Myanmar people, 9,000 oil lamps were also donated on the pagoda. Our brother association, Myanmar-China Friendship Association Mandalay, also held Breda recitation ceremony and light lamping ceremony at Kudodo Pagoda. All scholarship students our association rendered assistance were taken back to Myanmar before the epidemic announcement of coronavirus. The scholarship students sent by the government were also taken back to Myanmar. To take back the remaining Myanmar students studying outside Hubei province, we are currently arranging together with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of China. We are trying to call them back as quickly as possible. Whenever a pandemic occurs, many people will suffer and even lead to death. But people support each other with humanitarian aid. WHO has already declared the coronavirus as global pandemic. I think WHO urges the people all over the world to be united to overcome this pandemic altogether.
Wu Seng-Weao added that Myanmar-China Friendship Association will continue its plan of action to support the friendship between Myanmar and China. I am Phyo Thiri Thu. This is news reporting from MI Radio.
That's a report on government and community well prepared for response measure against global pandemic. And now we move on to the third report. Top Thai brands 2020 Yangon, including the Thailand-Myanmar business matching and InDesign industry, Idea Lab has been organized by Department of International Trade Promotion and will be held starting from the March of 12th to the March of 15th at Tamro Hall in Yangon. Reporter David Tanner got all the details of it.
This year, Top Thai Brand 2020, organized by the Department of International Trade Promotion of Thailand under the Ministry of Commerce of Thailand in cooperation with the Royal Thai Embassy. And this year, the Thai business people will be coming to Myanmar for the exhibit more than 132 booths from more than 100 companies. With that said, we will hear out the detail about the event from Assistant Professor Dr. Thanawut Naiguwit, PhD, who is the Minister Counselor of Office of Commerce Affairs, Royal Thai Embassy.
In this event, we will comprise of the consumer goods products from Thailand and also the textiles, the garments products, and also the service industry such as the hospital and university also exhibit in these fairs. Mainly the fairs comprise of variety of products with the good quality and reasonable price. As Thailand and Myanmar are neighbor, Thai people looking for partnership with Myanmar and also looking for expand the market to Myanmar. And this event, Top Thai Brand 2020, will be a forum for the Thai business people to join hands with the Myanmar business people in partnership to expand the business, as well as the Myanmar consumer can enjoy the good product from Thailand as well.
The Top Thai Brand 2020 will showcase the soul of Thai brands and the variety of the products, starting from normal snacks to industrial products. The event will also be supported by many renowned singers and actors from Myanmar with their performances. There will also be in-event shows such as Thai fruit show, Thai massage show, and a Thai cooking show to not let the visitors be bored, even for a second. Assistant Professor Dr. Thanawut will tell us more about it.
This is the fifth time that Top Thai Band events organized in Yangon, and we believe that this will continue to next year as well. In this event, we expect to have the partnership between Thai business people and Myanmar business people to connect and to expand business together. We expect that there will be about 100 million baht worth in the cooperation between Thailand and Myanmar sides from this event.
The business matching system offers each buyer and exhibitor the opportunity to select relevant parties to conduct business meetings. Ultimately, the goal of the business matching is to mitigate the hassle of arranging appointments. As the ITP also organized a business matching section and an area in the show, people from both countries could interact and have a quality meeting inside the event. Why is this additional business matching event is important will also be elaborated by Ms. Tikamporn Limchamrum, who is the Senior Trade Officer of DITP Thailand.
Okay, this is an additional event that we add to the main Top Thai Brand program, which is the business matching for Thai entrepreneur who's doing business service in design service. And also we have the business matching for the project called Idea Lab, which is the project that initiate to develop the newly open business to incubate them from start till they can commercialize overseas. So you will see that's the business matching area today, which has we have altogether 8 companies from different sector in design service society, and they're mainly looking for the customer from Myanmar who need for the help in design service. For example, graphic design, media design, architecture design, or any other type that you need for the service business.
Why is this kind of business matching important will also be explained by Ms. Tikamporn.
So far, from our research, many companies in Myanmar are looking for the design service to improve their business or to promote their business. For example, the design of the furniture, design of the building, or the design of the media, which Thailand has a lot of expertise in this area, and seems like we can match the need of the customer in Myanmar as well.
Reporter David Tanner reporting from Myanmar International Radio.
That's the report on Top Thai Brands 2020 Yangon. Chinese government is putting all-out effort to push the economy back on track. Data shows that the production of the major industries has dropped compared to the same period last year. The report covers the update on the various businesses resuming their operation, the degree of loss compared to the same period last year, and the Chinese government's effort to keep them under control.
As of 19 March, Chinese mainland reports 0 new domestic coronavirus cases for the first time. As China has begun to stabilize the virus outbreak, the economy in China learns to get back on track. Businesses from different sectors have resumed their operation despite the slower growth compared to the growth of the same period last year. Therefore, Chinese government is in an attempt to revive the economy with all the effective measures.
တရုတ်နိုင်ငံရဲ့စီးပွားရေးလုပ်ငန်းအခြေအနေကတော့ဒီမူလအတိုင်းပေါ့နော်။လမ်းကြောင်းမှန်ပေါ်ကိုပြန်လည်ရောက်ရှိလာတာကိုကျွန်တော်တို့တွေ့မြင်နေရပါတယ်။တရုတ်နိုင်ငံတော်စီးရင်အင်ဦးစီးဌာနကပေါ့နော်ဒီလ16ရက်နေ့ကထုတ်ပြန်တဲ့စီးပွားရေးစီးရင်တွေအရဆိုရင်ဒီဇန်နဝါရီလနဲ့ဖေဖော်ဝါရီလအထိပေါ့နော်။ COVID-19 ကူးစက်ရောဂါကြောင့်ပေါ့ဒီတရုတ်ပြည်ရဲ့စီးပွားရေးလည်ပတ်မှုတွေကထိခိုက်ကြရိုက်ခတ်မှုအသင့်တင်ရှိတယ်ခိတရဒါလည်းခိတရကြီးဖြစ်ပြီးတော့ထိန်းချုပ်လို့ရတဲ့အကြောင်းပေါ့နော်ထုတ်ပြန်ထားတယ်နောက်ပြီးတော့ဒီဇန်နဝါရီလနဲ့ဖေဖော်ဝါရီလအတွင်းမှာစက်မှုလုပ်ငန်းတိုးတက်မှုတန်ဖိုးတွေကပေါ့နော်လွန်ခဲ့တဲ့အလားတူချိန်ပိုင်းတွေကထပ်ကို 73.5 ရာခိုင်နှုန်းကျဆင်းလာတယ်လို့ထုတ်ပြန်ထားပါတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ဒီစေးဘတ်သုံးကုန်ပစ္စည်းတွေနဲ့ဒီနေ့စဉ်သုံးကုန်ပစ္စည်းတွေထုတ်လုပ်မှုပမာဏကတော့အသင့်အတင့်တိုးတက်လာတယ်လို့ထုတ်ပြန်ထားတယ်နောက်ပြီးဒီအစစ်မြင့်နည်းပညာဆိုင်ရာပေါ့နော်ကွန်ပစ္စည်းတွေထုတ်လုပ်မှုမှာနားလဲတိုးတက်လာတယ်လို့ထုတ်ပြန်ထားပါတယ်။နောက်ဒီဖေဖော်ဝါရီလ25ရက်နေ့အထိပေါ့နော်အကြီးစားနဲ့အလက်စားလုပ်ငန်းတွေရဲ့လုပ်ငန်းကုမ္ပဏီတွေပြန်လည်လည်ပတ်မှုနှုန်းဟာ 85.6 ရာခိုင်နှုန်းရှိတယ်လို့ထုတ်ပြန်ထားတယ်။ဒီနှစ်လအတွင်းမှာဒီစားတောက်ကုန်လက်လီရောင်းချမှုပမာဏကယွမ်ပေါ့နော်9213ဘီလီယံရှိပြီးတော့ရှိတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့လွန်ခဲ့တဲ့နှစ်အလားတူအချိန်ပိုင်းကထက်ကတော့ 20.5 ရာခိုင်နှုန်းကျဆင်းသွားတယ်လို့ထုတ်ပြန်ထားပါတယ်။နောက်ပြီးတော့ဒီ online ပေါ့နော်ကုန်ပစ္စည်းတွေလက်လီရောင်းချမှုပမာဏက1123ဘီလီယံရှိတယ်လို့ထုတ်ပြန်ထားပြီးတော့ဒါ3 ရာခိုင်နှုန်းတောင်တိုးလာတယ်ဆိုပြီးတော့ထုတ်ပြန်ထားတာကိုတွေ့ရပါတယ်ရှင်။
Experts comment that among the sector hit hardest by the COVID-19, the impact on aviation goes beyond worst-case scenario. Data shows that markets with more than 10 cases represent 94% of the global passenger revenues at a time when more than 100 countries have implemented travel restrictions and 185,000 passenger flights have been cancelled since January. ပြုပြင်မွမ်းမံရေးလုပ်ငန်းတွေပြန်လဲပြီးတော့လက်ပတ်နေပြီအဲ့ဒီလုပ်ငန်းကအလုပ်သမား1000လောက်ကပေါ့နော်လုပ်ငန်းဝင်ကိုပြန်လဲဝင်ရောက်ပြီးတော့ဒီစောက်လုပ်ရေးလုပ်ငန်းတွေကိုဆောင်ရွက်နေပါတယ်နောက်တစ်ခုကကျတော့ဒီတရုတ်လာအိုရထားလမ်းစီမံကိန်းတွေအကောင့်ထဲပေါ်ဆောင်ရွက်နေတယ်လို့လည်းကြားသိရပါတယ်နောက်ရှန်ဟိုင်းမှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လည်းအပန်းဖြေဥယျာဉ်တွေပြန်လဲဖွင့်လှစ်နေတယ်လို့သတင်းတွေမှာတွေ့ရတယ်ဖွင့်လှစ်တဲ့နေရာမှာလည်းဒီပန်းခြံတွေကိုပေါ့နော်အချိန်အကန့်အသတ်လူအကန့်အသတ်နဲ့ဖွင့်လှစ်တယ်လို့ကြားသိရတယ်
ဒီမတ်လ20ရက်နေ့မှာဆိုလို့ဒီရှန်ဟိုင်းကနေပြီးတော့ဥယျာဉ်ပန်းခြံတွေကိုအကုန်ဖွင့်မယ်လို့လည်းသိရပါတယ်နောက်တစ်ခုကပြန်လည်ဖွင့်တဲ့လုပ်ငန်းတွေထဲမှာကွေ့ကျိုးကအထူးဟိုတရားစီမံကိန်းတွေပေါ့နော်ဒီစာရေးစီမံကိန်းတွေပြန်လည်လှုပ်ဆောင်နေတယ်နောက်ကျန်းစုပြည်နယ်က Starbucks တရုတ်ပေါ့နော် coffee စမ်းသစ်တဲ့ဒီထွင်ရေးလုပ်ငန်းဆောင်အစီအစဉ်တွေစာချုပ်ချုပ်ဆိုတဲ့အခမ်းအနားတွေကျင်းပနေတယ်တရုတ်နိုင်ငံတော်ကောင်စီကလည်းဒီကူးစက်ရောဂါရဲ့ဒီထိခိုက်ခရရိုက်ခတ်မှုကိုရင်ဆိုင်မှုအတွက်ဆိုပြီးတော့ဒီနိုင်ငံခြားကုန်သွယ်မှုနဲ့နိုင်ငံခြားရင်းနှီးမြှုပ်နှံမှုတည်ငြိမ်ရေးနဲ့ဆိုင်နေပေါ့နော်ဆောင်ရွက်မှုတစ်တွေကိုချမှတ်တာတွေ့ရပါတယ်နောက်ဒီမော်တော်ယာဉ်ထုတ်လုပ်မှုတွေကိုလည်းပြန်လည်ပြီးတော့ဆောင်ရွက်ဖို့ဆိုပြီးတော့တွန်းအားပေးနေသလိုဒီကုန်ထုတ်လုပ်မှုခွင်းဆက်တွေနောက်ဝင်ရင်းခွင်းဆက်တွေပို့ပြီးတော့လည်းပတ်ဖို့နဲ့ပေါ့နော်ကုန်ထုတ်လုပ်မှုတွေစနစ်တကျပြန်ပြီးတော့လည်းပတ်ဖို့တွန်းအားပေးဒီကိစ္စရပ်တွေကိုလည်းစီမံခန့်ခွဲခဲ့တယ်လို့သတင်းတွေအရကျမတို့ကြားသိရပါတယ်ရှင်
In China, 81,235 confirmed cases, with 3,250 deaths, with over 70,000 recovery cases have been reported. For the first time since the outbreak, the Chinese mainland reported 0 domestically transmitted cases on March 18th. Outside China, over 136,000 confirmed cases, with over 5,650 deaths were reported. European Union has closed its borders for 30 days. Experts have attributed the outbreak to a novel coronavirus that has since spread across China and abroad, with confirmed cases exceeding 200,000 globally. This is Arker Kyaw reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's the report on China pushes the economy back on track. Now to international news. Now let's take a look at the international news for today. Facing a global health crisis caused by novel coronavirus disease, unlike any in the 75-year history of the United Nations, U.S. Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Thursday called upon the world's leading economies to take the responsibility to cope with the difficulties together. Speaking to reporters remotely from UN headquarters, Guterres said a global recession, perhaps of record dimensions, is a near certainty, and stressed that current responses at the country level will not address the global scale and complexity of the crisis. He welcomed the decision by G20 leaders to convene an emergency summit next week to respond to the epic challenges posed by the pandemic. Guterres said whenever there is a problem in banking system, trillions appear to solve the problems of the banks, and these trillions must appear now.
We are facing a global health crisis, unlike any in 75-year history of the United Nations, one that is spreading human suffering, infecting the global economy, and upending people's lives. A global recession, perhaps of record dimensions, is a near certainty. We have a responsibility to recover better. The 2008 financial crisis demonstrated clearly that countries with robust social protection systems suffered the least and recovered most quickly from its impact. We must ensure that lessons are learned and that this crisis provides a watershed moment for health emergency preparedness and for investment in critical 21st century public services and the effective delivery of global public goods. Governments, central banks must work to guarantee that there is liquidity in the economy, but also that funds are mobilized to those that are most in need. And those that are most in need are people, on one hand, and the poorest countries on the other.
The Chinese Foreign Ministry on Friday announced that the Chinese government has offered to help 82 countries, the World Health Organization, and the African Union in the fight against COVID-19. Spokesperson Zheng Xuan said the medical supplies China has sent include test kits, masks and protective clothing, and many countries have already received them. He said, speaking of local government assistance, some Chinese local governments have donated materials to cities in South Korea, Japan, Italy, and other countries, adding that Chinese enterprises and non-governmental organizations have also begun to donate medical supplies to relevant countries. Zhang said, Italy has expressed political solidarity with China and provided material support for China to fight the epidemic. Well, that's all the reports and news we have for you today. That's all with the news and reports on Myanmar Today Review. Tune in every Saturday on MITV at 8:30 p.m. for Myanmar Today Review. Until next time.